The brand personality of Apple. From garage to tech giant, we need to know why Apple has been able to use its marketing strategy to propel it forward to making $275 billion globally in 2020. But with such a massive company and such an extensive marketing strategy, today we are only going to focus on brand personality. Brand personality, as Traver defines it, is a framework that helps a company or an organization shape the way people feel about its product, service, or mission. But brand personality is even more than that, especially for Apple. Brand personality impacts every business decision that they make. And so today, we are going to focus on 5 things that are impacted by brand personality. We have social media, advertising, unique value, and product placement. To begin with, Apple has really succeeded with its social media. While it maintains its own accounts, Apple gets most of its sales from influencers, unpaid influencers. These influencers go over barriers that Apple could never, and even more, they begin the process of brand superiority. And so why do influencers market Apple goods unknowingly for no money? Well, the simple truth is unique value, something that we'll get into a little later on. The next thing is advertising. Now this is direct marketing. Both you and the customer knows that you're marketing straight towards them. And the important thing to do in your ads, billboards, and otherwise is to answer 2 questions. Who buys Apple products, and why should you buy Apple products? So today we are going to watch an ad done by Apple in 2020 where Apple sells a little more than just their products.
There's a certain kind of person who doesn't take no for an answer. They don't walk in quietly. They parade in, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, status quo breaking. Grazing greatness, braving hatred, and taking up space. Never got a seat at the table, so we can't sit and behave. They'd rather defy the rules and amaze. There's a certain kind of person who doesn't wait for greatness. They make it.
So in this ad, Apple is selling greatness through the use of their goods. This is very unique and hard to do. To find an ad that's inspiring to you and that makes you want to buy that product, not for the product itself, but the idea of greatness. Because the real thing is, everyone wants to be great. And they're using world changers that you may not know and celebrities that are nearly household names, if not already. And so it is very important to answer these 2 questions when you're advertising, something that Apple demonstrates well in this ad. So the most essential part of brand personality is unique value. This is what sets Apple apart. What makes it better than any other company that does the same things that they do. Now, when you have unique value, you start the process of brand superiority. And once you have brand superiority, like Apple does, you have pricing control. You have influencers that are marketing gadgets of yours without even knowing. You have a cultural norm of owning an iPhone or a Mac. This is what Apple has really succeeded at, making their product the norm. The next thing is design. We have two principles here, progress and simplicity. It's important to keep both of those in consideration, especially in design, because design either deters or attracts your customers. So progress. You have to maintain that attention. Just because you got them in the door once doesn't mean they're coming back. So as you can see on this slideshow, you can see the progression of the logos for Apple. Started as a very old design, moved to colorful, dark, and then this futuristic, sleek design. Of course, there's been a few other variations in between, but these are the major ones. And as you can see, Apple continues to progress their design, both in logos and in other ways. The next thing is a foundational value for Apple. Simplicity was not really thought about before, but simplicity brings themes of a luxury item. Only a few colors being offered, updates every few years, and just the sleek thing of it makes it a luxury item for an everyday use, for an everyday price. And that is what Apple has gotten away with by really introducing just the idea of putting an I before the name, like iMac, iPhone, iPad. That was thought of intensively for this purpose of being simple and easy to understand and easy to remember. Alright, the last thing I'm going to talk about today is product placement. Environment is really important. Apple stores are minimalistic, they don't have a lot of stuff in it, and they have futuristic environment. There's not a lot of stimulus so that customers can be more focused on the product. And salespeople can be more focused on the customer. Apple does a really good job of creating both online stores and in-person stores where customers want to buy the product. So in the end, today we talked about social media and the use of influencers, advertising, asking those two questions: unique value, what sets Apple apart, design, progress, and simplicity in design, and product placement, what environment are consumers going to want to buy your goods. If you want to do any more research on this, I have given my sources at the end of this presentation. Apple is a really great company, and we have a lot to learn from all of the aspects of their company, and especially their marketing strategies. Thank you very much.